So I will begin with a little intro and then a guided meditation. And so what is TAPS? Because I know that's a question that might be on people's minds. And yes, that is TAPS. But the TAPS I'm talking about is a bugle call that signals completion of the end of the day and the end of a service member's life. The TAPS historian Yari Villanueva, he was in the premier band in the Air Force, one of the Washington bands. He is the TAPS historian. I looked up his story because a friend of mine emailed me. It's like, so what is this? I have this story of TAPS and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a good story. And it's of the, Confederate, something about a bugler. And, you can look it up. It's a story that comes with the flag for family members at a funeral service. And so I was curious and I looked it up and I was realizing that, the story is very nice, but it's impractical in terms of history. And so I was looking up, I'm like, what is this? Okay. And Arlington National Cemetery had the story on there. And so I looked and I saw that, it's not quite the story. And so anyways, moving on. TAPS is pausing. Perfect. That's nice. I didn't plan that. Great. TAPS is a pause. And so let's pause. So if you will, picture the battlefield cross, the soldier's battlefield cross with Kevlar, with rifle, and with boots. So that is the prompt. So if you'll join me in elongating the spine, wherever you are. If you're laying down at home watching this in the comfort, you can extend on couch or bed or whatever. So wherever it is. So extend the spine. The head, just think of the region of the head. An easy focal point would be the nose, because that's the central axis of, where you can see. So there's that. There's the nose, the head region, the spine. And think of your phalanges, because that covers the feet, the boots, and the hands, because they are similar, same name. And wiggle the nose and the phalanges a little bit, as little or as much. Then slow it down and think of the pressure underneath the phalanges, whether it be the lower extremities, middle ones, that pressure. And then extend the crown of the head as if there is something lifting it up. And so, what is TAPS? TAPS is music. What is music? Music is sound. What is sound? What is vibration? Compression, expansion, pressure, moving in, moving out. So feel that expansion up, compression down. And notice that you can do this any way, whether you're upside down, right side up, left side right, right side left. You can press against the hands, pull them apart, press the feet. It's infinite in its application. And so if you will close your eyes, because if you think about TAPS, battlefield cross, that is completion, no more movement. So think about how much you can be still within this prompt. And then as you hear the sounds entering the room, follow that and scan your body. If there's a sensation that you feel, go ahead and compress and expand that sensation. Work with it. Don't back away from it. Stay with it. And so, again, as the sounds enter the room, let the journey of compression, expansion move you in a way that works. And then stay in this posture once the sound's complete. And then I'll give the next prompt. Now, see in this posture, if you can stay and not move a muscle, not move a thought. How still can you be? And if you don't, how can you not react to that movement you're not supposed to do? Which, according to yoga philosophy, there's the Yoga Sutras 1, chapter 1, verse 2, which says, yoga is calming the fluctuations of the mind. Can you do that? Can you remain perfectly still? If not, that's okay. It's a test. And technically, nothing in this world is still. You have to cultivate it. You have to cultivate the still mind. We have prompts. I have the battlefield cross and stuff like that, but it doesn't have naturally. Okay. And you can complete that experiment. So thank you for joining in that experiment. Now, I have a quick little story, and that is, according to my mother, and I believe her because she held me for 9 months. So I think there's truth to that story. She told me that I was an enigma to the doctors because I did not move. There was a footprint. I had no heartbeat. They could not find a heartbeat for the whole time. And I had her repeat that story to me because I didn't believe it. And then I had her text it to me because I needed to see it because I didn't believe it. But that is a nice pre-birth story. And then afterwards, in 2nd grade, I had a car accident where I fell to the right. I was knocked unconscious. I woke up badly bruised and went to school, but was limping and stuff. And I have had to deal with that for the rest of my life. So I've always had to find ways of movement to help because I could not be still. And I still can't. I still have that issue. And one thing about TAPS is that it has saved my life because seeing the highlights of those that are in complete stillness from the movement of life has allowed me to see the aftermath of it. So instead of thinking of like, oh, do I really want to be here? It was more like, well, here I am by virtue of my job in the military for 10 years from 2002 to 2012, being able to see the aftermath of that. It was really hard the first couple of years. Very hard the first couple of years. But then afterwards, it became something that I looked forward to, being at the cemetery, being in that stillness, being in that time. And with the injury recovery of just that, what music is, and experiencing yoga, experiencing movement in various ways of exercises and stuff, massage, things to help with my injury of movement. Because I have an injured neck, and then skiing a couple years ago, I injured my knee. And so I mentioned recovery. How did that happen? Well, I took the prompt on the trail summer of 2022 in the Pacific Crest Trail, the Central Sierras. And I would take it very slow. I had these minimalist shoes of various kinds, and I would just take a prompt for up to about 10 hours on the trail and just go slow and just compress and expand. And it was healing to the point that now I was able to dance last night here in Boulder and have a good time, and my knee wasn't swelling up afterwards. And so those prompts have helped me to be able to cope with constant pain, constant chronic pain. So thank you for listening.